In Brandenburg, survival had become a religion. By the late 17th century, rulers no longer asked, "How can we prosper?" They asked, "How can we endure?" And one family took that question further than anyone dared, turning their tiny, vulnerable kingdom into the most disciplined, feared, and efficient military machine in Europe. This is the story of the soldier kings, the men who built a nation on fear, order, and absolute obedience. Frederick William, the great elector, left a blueprint for survival. He had centralized the state. He had built a permanent army. He had imposed order on chaos. But he had not yet created a kingdom of discipline itself. That task fell to his son, Frederick I of Prussia. Frederick I was a man of ambition, elegance, and vanity. Unlike his father, he loved palaces, parties, and prestige. He wanted Prussia not only to survive, but to be recognized as a kingdom. In 1701, he crowned himself king in Prussia. This act shocked Europe. A small, once ignored state now had a king. But the foundation laid by his father remained. The army was the lifeblood of the state. If Frederick I built the crown, his son, Frederick William I, built the sword. Known as the Soldier King, Frederick William I ruled from 1713 to 1740. He was not interested in art, culture, or diplomacy. He was obsessed with order, discipline, and efficiency. Under him, Prussia became the nation of soldiers. Every male citizen trained for combat. Every noble served in the army. Every tax penny funded the military. He reduced the extravagant court culture his father loved. He replaced music with drills, feasts with inspections, and festivals with marching orders. He once said, "In Prussia, the king is the father, the army is the mother, and discipline is the child." His obsession was extreme. Dissent was punished swiftly. Corruption was eliminated mercilessly. The army was a religion, and the people were its devotees. Prussia did not have vast lands or riches like France. It had something else, the best soldiers in Europe. Every soldier was trained to perfection. Every regiment drilled for hours, days, years. Every order executed with precision and obedience. The infantry was the heart of this system. Soldiers learned to march without hesitation, fire with exact timing, stand firm in the deadliest situations. Even civilians were expected to contribute. Discipline wasn't just for the army, it was the culture of the entire state. This created a terrifying reality. Prussia could fight far larger nations and survive. Life in Prussia under Frederick William I was harsh. He minimized luxuries. He demanded hard work. He instilled obedience above all else. Children were raised to respect hierarchy. Nobles were stripped of independent power. Merchants and peasants had roles in the state system, all serving the military indirectly. Every aspect of life became militarized. Even the capital, Berlin, reflected this. Streets were orderly. Buildings were functional. Parades and inspections punctuated daily life. Prussia had become a state built like a barracks, a society where survival depended on discipline, structure, and absolute loyalty. The soldier king loved numbers. How many soldiers could be trained? How many drills per day? How many cannons and muskets available? Every citizen, every regiment, every piece of equipment was counted, recorded, and organized. This obsession with bureaucratic efficiency would later define modern Prussia. Frederick William I once declared, "A kingdom without order is no better than a flock of sheep, but a kingdom where every man knows his place. That kingdom is immortal," and he wasn't exaggerating. One of the most legendary features of his reign was the creation of the Potsdam Giants. This was not just an elite regiment. It was a symbol of power, intimidation, and obsession. Every soldier was exceptionally tall, over 6 feet, an extraordinary height for the 18th century. They marched, drilled, and displayed the might of Prussia to visiting ambassadors. It was psychological warfare. Look at Prussia's soldiers. They are disciplined, strong, and everywhere. Bow before us. The army was no longer just a fighting force. It was a statement, a warning to Europe. Prussia was not just about physical discipline. The soldier king also revolutionized education. Schools taught obedience, literacy, and loyalty to the state. Boys were trained for military service, and girls were trained for efficiency at home. Merit, rather than birth alone, became important in certain government positions. A capable man could rise through bureaucracy or the army based on skill and discipline. This created a culture that valued efficiency, order, and achievement. Long before other European nations caught up, Prussia under Frederick William I was feared and respected, feared by its citizens, who knew disobedience meant harsh punishment, respected by neighboring nations, who saw a small kingdom achieving miracles of organization. Europe began to take notice. This tiny state, it has no size, but its army is unmatched. It is ruthless. It is disciplined. It is terrifying. Yet, for all its power, Prussia still lacked one thing: a visionary king who could turn discipline into conquest. Frederick William I died in 1740. He left behind a fully militarized society, an efficient bureaucracy, an army of unmatched discipline. His son, Frederick II, would inherit a kingdom unlike any other. But Frederick II was different. He loved music, philosophy, and poetry. He dreamed of art and culture. Yet, he would become known as Frederick the Great, one of Europe's most formidable military minds. The stage was set for a king who could take Prussia beyond survival, into glory, conquest, and legend. The soldier kings had built a kingdom of order and fear. But now, a young, ambitious, and brilliant king was about to test everything. Could Prussia, a state born of fear and discipline, rise to dominate Europe? Or would it crumble under the weight of its own ambitions? In Part 3, we meet Frederick the Great, a man whose genius, ambition, and ruthlessness would reshape the map of Europe forever. Subscribe to Timeless Whispers for stories the world tried to forget.